A very important day is coming up. Not this coming Tuesday, but following Tuesday. The Makar Sankranti day, 14th of January, 14th of this month. And it is Makar Sankranti, it's an auspicious time anyhow. But it's doubly auspicious because of its Jagatguru Divas as well. And we also call it Jagatguruttam Divas. It's a day that we must all be proud of, that on this day, back in 1957, the 5th Jagatguru was selected. And that Jagatguru is the inspiration behind this temple. That Jagatguru is the giver of the philosophy that is being given out in Yugal Kunj. That Jagatguru is before you in the form of a murti now, but silently he is gracing all of us. Jagatguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. So on the 14th, we will gather here and we will joyfully celebrate Jagatguru Divas. The celebration will be from 7 till 9 p.m. Every day we start in the evening at 7 anyhow. We will start from 7 and then we'll start at 7 and end at 9 p.m. I would like to go over the meaning of Guru Kripalur Mamu Sharanam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. If you'd like to go back to page 98, you're welcome to do it. To understand who Jagatguru is, we need to understand who a Guru is. The Vedas say, Gum Rauti iti Guruhu, Girati Agyanam iti Guruhu, Grinati Gyanam iti Guruhu. Guru is the giver of knowledge, Guru is the destroyer of ignorance. The main ignorance that we suffer from is that we believe the self to be the body. And then every other ignorance we suffer from is due to this main ignorance. So the Guru is the one who destroys this ignorance by giving knowledge, true knowledge. So Guru Kripalur Mama Sharanam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. My merciful master, my merciful Guru is my only shelter. I bow to his lotus feet with reverence. A Guru is merciful. He is Kripalu. And our Guru Dev was merciful indeed, and also his name means the merciful one. Shri Maharajji's birth name that was given to him by his parents, is Ram Kripalu Tripathi. In those days, parents would start the name with Ram, and then they would go on to the main name. So Ram Kripalu, his name really is Kripalu. He is merciful. And he remained merciful all his life, and he still remains merciful. So I bow down to my merciful Gurudev. He is my only shelter. I bow to his lotus feet. The lotus feet, as you know, are very important. The lotus feet of God and Guru are extremely important. From these lotus feet flows mercy. And the Vedas say nectar flows from the divine lotus feet of God. And God and Guru, whatever can be said about God is true of the Guru. So nectar flows from the lotus feet of not only God but also the Guru. Mercy flows from these lotus feet. So I bow down to the lotus feet of my Guru. Mangalamapi Mangal Karanam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. My merciful Guru grants auspiciousness to everything that is auspicious. He makes even the auspicious auspicious. Mangal. He gives Shubh to that which is Shubh. He gives Mangal to that which is Mangal. He gives auspiciousness to the auspicious. Once you are surrendered to the Guru, a true Guru, then there is no need to visit any place of pilgrimage because the lotus feet of the Guru are the greatest place of pilgrimage. Once Sri Maharajji was, and I've told this story before, and I love to tell these stories. Sri Maharajji was traveling somewhere by car, and there were at least two devotees there in the car. One was the father, the other was the son. So the young man was driving, and the car passed through marketplace, and there was music blaring. Sri Maharajji said, "Stop." and there was a song being played. Sri Maharaji lowered his window and he listened to the song. When the song finished, Sri Maharaji said, "Chalo, let's go, resume the journey." Then they went to the Gangaji, they went to the holy river Ganges, and the devotees who had gathered there, they went to take a dip in the Gangaji. Sri Maharaji stayed out. He did not go into the Gangaji. And then after some time, the outing, it came to an end, they went home, and the young man asked his father, he said, "Papa, your Gurudev, very unique, it's very strange things he did. When we passed through the marketplace, he made me stop the car and he listened to this song from a movie. He listened to this song, Jo Tumko Ho Pasand." And then when it came to Gangaji, he didn't get out of the car. Everybody else did, but he stayed in the car. It was explained to the young man by his father. His father said, "Beta, the divine ones, they don't need to go into the Gangaji because they are pure. Gangaji becomes more pure due to their touch. They don't need to be purified through Ganga or Yamuna. That is for ordinary people who are sinful. We need to go to the Gangaji. We need to keep Ganga in mind. And mind you, of course, by bathing in the Ganga, we don't wash away our sins. But if we think about the personality, the divine personality that is Gangaji, then we don't even have to go bathe in it. We just think about Ganga and meditate on Ganga, do Roop Dhyan of the significance of Ganga, and we receive the benefit of the holy river, Ganga." So Sri Maharaji does not need to go into the Ganga because he is supremely pure. And the song he listened to, well, the song was, "Jo tumko ho pasand, wahi baat kahenge." And that means whatever you like, I will say whatever you like. And that's a song that fits the concept of self-surrender very well. Jo tum din ko kaho raat to hum raat kahenge. If it's daytime and you say it's nighttime, I will accept that it's nighttime. That is surrender. So that song is very dear to Sri Maharaji. By the way, Sri Maharaji used to listen to that song from devotees quite often. If you wanted to please him, you sang that during the entertainment cultural program. So that song was not an ordinary song. It's about self-surrender. And just an aside, when Sri Maharaji heard it, he was listening to it one day and Sri Maharaji changed it up. He said, "Jo tumko ho pasand, wahi baat kahenge." No, change it to wahi kaam karenge. Maharaji said, don't say that I will speak whatever the words you want me to speak. Don't just remain in words. Go ahead and do it. Do something. So baat karenge, turn to kaam karenge. I will do that which is pleasing to you. So saints don't need to purify themselves. They don't need to become auspicious. They give auspiciousness to even that which is already auspicious. They make everything auspicious by their touch, by their presence. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad that a saint, a divine personality, he sanctifies the entire earth by his mere presence. The whole world becomes sanctified due to the presence of a God-realized soul, whom we call a Mahapurush, a Sant. And the one we surrender to, the Sant or saint we surrender to, is known as the Guru. So the Guru sanctifies the entire atmosphere, the entire world. There has to be at least one true Guru present in the world at all times, because there are so many sins being committed that there has to be a balance. So one true saint has to be on earth at all times, at least one. Sometimes many of them come, maybe 10, 12 of them, come at the same time, but at least one is necessary at all times. And when a saint leaves his body, and he ascends to Golok, there's always the atmosphere feels it. Sometimes there are storms, sometimes there's a rainstorm. There's always something like that that goes on when a saint leaves. Because nature responds to that. You're leaving? Mother Earth grieves that I will not receive the touch of his lotus feet. The air that surrounds us all, that air grieves that I will not have his divine touch anymore. So there is always something that goes on in nature when a saint leaves this earth, when he leaves his body. So Mangalamapi Mangalakaranam, I bow to the lotus feet of my Gurudev. He gives auspiciousness to everything auspicious. Maya Moha Jala Haranam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. He liberates worldly souls from the binding ties of Maya. Maya, that deluding energy of God that keeps us attached to the material world, and due to which we are not able to look at God. We become so enamored with the world. The external world is it's a manifestation of Maya, that very powerful energy of God. Shri Krishna says, Mama Maya Duratyaya, Bhagavad Gita. Arjun, Maya is very powerful because it's mine. It's my energy, so it's very powerful. Mameva ye prapadyante, Maya me tantaranti te, Gita. Arjun, no one can challenge Maya, no one can conquer Maya without my grace. Joy bandhe soi chore, says Ramcharitmanas. Tulsidas ji says, the one who ties us up with Maya, he's the only one who can liberate us. In other words, it's God, it's his Maya, and he will have to tell Maya, leave this soul alone. He is mine now, for he has surrendered fully to me. So, the Guru unties the very strong knot of Maya, the knots of ignorance that are in the mind. He opens them by revealing true knowledge. What is in the Vedas? What do the Vedas say? What do the Upanishads say? What do the Purans say? What is the message of the Gita? What is the message of the Ramayana? And there are so many other scriptures that we have in Hinduism. What is their true message? What are they trying to say? And how do we reconcile all the scriptures? That we cannot do by ourselves. We can't even understand one scripture, what to speak of all the scriptures. We don't understand the scriptures because these are the divine words of God. And we have to have a divine intellect to comprehend these words. Otherwise, we just increase our ego and also our ignorance. The more we read the scriptures, the more confused we will become. Shruti Puran bahu kahe upai, chutai na adhik adhik arujhai. Goswami Tulsidas says, the more you enter the world of scriptures, the more entangled you will become. So we become more confused when we read the scriptures. It is a guru who can make sense out of the scriptures, and because he knows all the scriptures, God has given him all the knowledge of scriptures, and otherwise, when he surrenders to God, God gives him unlimited knowledge. So now he knows the scriptures, not because he's read them, because God has gifted him the understanding, deep understanding of all scriptures. Now he is the most excellent teacher who can tell us. He doesn't have to prepare every day like a teacher in the world. Okay, let me prepare my lesson. Oh, I didn't do it last night. My class is in 1 hour. Okay, let me just wing it. I don't really know my subject matter, but I'll just wing it. It's not like that. Or I'm coming to my class fully prepared. Guru doesn't have to prepare. He knows the knowledge. He knows it. Just like we know my name, I am who? Who am I? I am, and we know just like we know our name, let me say this. Just like you always know the name of your mother, who your father is, who your mother is, in the same way, the Guru knows all the scriptures without exception. All the scriptures. He doesn't have to prepare. Jagatguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj would just sometimes just get up and he was talking to devotees, or he was doing whatever he was doing. He was eating, and he was very disciplined in his life. All of a sudden he will say, Acha chalo pravachan de aate hain. And he would start a topic that And he would finish it in 10 days, let's say. I remember back in 1991, Sri Maharaj Ji just spontaneously said, he started giving lectures on Narad Bhakti Darshan, very ancient scripture. And the knowledge he gave in those lectures, we had never heard it before. And indeed, many of us had never even heard the name of the scripture, Narad Bhakti Darshan. So Sri Maharaj Ji spontaneously got up and started giving lectures. There was no preparation. There was no scripture. He didn't have any scriptures with him. He just knew it, and he just waited for the appropriate time to reveal it to the devotees, to the world. And once he would start quoting from the Vedas, he would like it so much that sometimes he would quote the Vedas for 5 minutes straight, 10 minutes straight. Because there's so much knowledge. He didn't have to memorize anything. People say, well, isn't it amazing Maharaj knows so much? And the answer is no, it's not amazing, because that is who he is. He didn't memorize all this. He didn't have a guru. Isn't it amazing he doesn't have a guru? But he's Jagatguru. He didn't need a guru. He already came to the world already divine. Sri Maharaj Ji would say to us sometimes humorously, he would say, there's no point in impressing you. You're never impressed. And the devotee said, Maharaj Ji, we know you can do everything and you know everything. How can we be impressed? And so there was no preparation, nothing, just spontaneously, let me go and reveal this knowledge to these people because they need this knowledge. That's how it was all the time. And yet with humility he would ask later on, and because of the gentleness, his gentleness, and because of his love for us, he would ask, how was my lecture? He would ask, Kaisa laga? How was it? That was amazing. How was my lecture, he would ask. Once he said to me, he said about me, I was sitting there, Siddheshvari never says, she never says anything about my lectures. And I thought, what do I say? But it would please Maharaj Ji. And I just spoke words of praise. I was so stunned by that lecture. It was amazing. How can you have any words for a lecture given by the Jagatguru? So he unties the knots of Maya, knots of ignorance. I bow to his lotus feet. We cannot understand the scriptures by reading them. We have no way of defeating Maya. The only way is to become humble and fall at the lotus feet of the Guru and accept what he's saying. Just accepting what he has to say. That's all we have to do. Not letting our intellect become an obstruction. The ones who go very far on the path are the ones who accept a Guru and they respect all others, but they follow the teachings to the letter. The mind may say, I don't know, but they say, stop it, sit down and go away, don't listen. They don't listen to the mind, they listen to what the Guru has to say. Sri Maharaj Ji always said, if you do exactly as I say, then I can promise you, you will attain, you'll go to Golok. He gave this promise. And he also said, if you bring to me a philosophy which is easier than the one I'm giving you, if it's more effective, then I will say to you that I will change my philosophy. I'll change it. Because you found something easier and more effective, I shall change it. He threw this challenge open to everyone, but nobody took him up on this challenge, because you have to admit that the philosophy he's giving out is the easiest and it's the most effective. And that's what a Guru does, and he's Jagatguru. Guru means one who destroys ignorance, one who gives knowledge, and Jagatguru means one who gives knowledge to the entire world and destroys the ignorance of the entire world. Anyone can accept him as a Guru and attain true knowledge and attain God realization. That is a Jagatguru. Yoga Kshema Vahan Karanam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. He protects that which the disciple possesses already and grants to him what he does not possess. I bow to Gurudev's merciful lotus feet. Yoga Kshema Vahan Karna, we know this from the Gita. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Shri Krishna says in chapter 9 of the Gita, O Arjun, if someone becomes exclusively devoted to me, Ananya, and he practices devotion to me. And he thinks of me at all times. He brings himself to a point through practice that his mind is completely thinking of me at all times. Then I shall give him my full protection. I will do yoga kshem vahan. I will give him what he lacks, and I will protect what he already has in his possession. And remember, whatever is said of God is true of the saint, the Guru. So the Guru protects the devotee's possession, the spiritual possession and otherwise, and he gives to him what he lacks, both spiritual as well as material. So this is why Guru is called Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. There's a very well-known verse in Sanskrit that every Hindu knows. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Shankar, Guru is God himself. I bow to my Guru. Guru is Brahma in that he gives knowledge. So we talked about that. Maya Moha Jala Haranam. He opens the knots of ignorance. So by giving knowledge. So he's a creator. He creates knowledge in the mind. So Guru is the creator, Brahma. Guru is Vishnu because he protects. Yoga Kshem Vahan Karanam. He protects what the disciple has in his possession, and he gives what the disciple does not have. And he's Shankar, the destroyer, for he destroys ignorance. It's important for us to know why the Guru is called Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar. And it is said of him that he is God himself. And Sri Krishna himself says this in the Bhagavad Puran. Acharyam mam vijaniyan navamanyet karhichit. Know the Guru to be myself. Acharya, the Guru, is myself. I come to earth in the form of a Guru, or because the Guru has all the qualities that I have given to him all that I have. And I did not become bankrupt due to giving him everything I have, because everything I have, says Sri Krishna, is unlimited. So if I gave the Guru unlimited knowledge, I still have unlimited knowledge left. If I gave him unlimited happiness, I still possess unlimited happiness. Unlimited minus unlimited equals unlimited. That's the arithmetic, that's the mathematics there in the divine world. So, Yoga Kshem Vahan Karanam. Asharana Sharanam Guru Charanam. Gurudev's lotus feet provide shelter for the shelterless. I bow to his merciful lotus feet. He gives shelter. And even if it seems like we have so many shelters, we have so many strengths, we really don't have any strength. For instance, if someone says, I will take shelter in my money, my wealth. That wealth is yours today. Tomorrow, the same wealth may be taken from you and it may be given to someone else. In Hindi, we say, Lakshmi chanchal hoti hai. इसका मतलब धन आज किसी के पास और दूसरे दिन वो कंगाल हो गया, किसी और के पास चली गई लक्ष्मी, वो पैसा किसी और के पास चला गया. So we cannot take shelter in money, which may be destroyed any moment. Another says, I take shelter in the fact that I am so famous. Fame is fickle. One day, you're so famous, everyone knows my name, you say, and something happens and nobody wants to know your name. Fame is no shelter. Beauty is no shelter. It is ever decreasing. And so, there's no shelter. If you say, I take shelter in my loved ones, but we don't know about their life, the duration of their life, we don't know, what kind of shelter is that? There are so many kids in the world who are left orphans because the mother died, then the father died, and so now little child is without parents. What kind of shelter do we really have? Only God and Guru, that's it. They will never leave. They will never leave us. They never leave anyone. They don't forsake anyone. And not to say that the worldly person, a loved one, wants to forsake us, but they have no control over when they are going to die. It's already written in their destiny. It's written in our destiny when we are going to depart from the world, when we are going to leave our body. So we cannot regard them as our shelters, that I'm under the shelter of my loved one, my mother, my father, my this, my that. No. There's so much uncertainty. There is certainty only in God and Guru. There's one certainty, and that is God is always merciful and will always remain so. Guru is always merciful and will always remain so. God and Guru are causelessly merciful. They were always causelessly merciful. They are, and they will always remain causelessly merciful. There's a surety in that. We say the only constant in life is change, but there's no change in this, that God and Guru are infinitely merciful. We can seek shelter in them. They are the ones to seek shelter in. Asharana Sharanam, Guru Charanam, the lotus feet of the Guru. Gopi Prema Bhava Bharanam Vandeham Sadguru Charanam. My Gurudev fills the surrendered heart with Gopi Prem, the love that the gopis have for Sri Krishna. There have been many, many devotees. There have been countless devotees who have attained God realization. They have loved God in so many ways. But there are different levels of love. Gopi Prem is the highest of all these types of love. Love for the Supreme, but there are many different levels. You can love Sri Krishna as your Lord and Master, and that's it, Dasya Bhav. You can love him as your Lord and Master, plus your best friend, that's Sakhya Bhav. You can love him as Lord, Master, and friend, as well as your child, that's Vatsalya Bhav. And you can love him in every possible way. You can love him as Lord and Master and child and best friend and your beloved. That's the highest love. That's called Madhurya Bhav. And in Madhurya Bhav, you can be practicing A class of Madhurya, Sadharani Rati, or B class of Madhurya, Samanjasa Rati, or C class of, rather A class is Samartha Rati, B class Samanjasa Rati, and C class is Sadharani Rati. You can love him as a beloved and yet want your happiness and his. Or rather, let me start with C class. You want your happiness to come from him. You don't have any attachment in the world. You are attached only to Sri Krishna and you love him as a beloved, but I want you to make me happy. Like Kubja, she desired Sri Krishna to live with her and give her the happiness that a beloved gives. So he noticed her desire and he gave her exactly what she wanted. Kubja was at Sadharani Rati because she was still selfish in her devotion. Then we have B class of Madhurya, which is called Samanjasa Rati. And that is the love of the queens of Lord Krishna. Because their love was such that it was Sri Maharaji calls it, a 50-50 love. And that's what it is, really. So I want you to be happy, my beloved, but I want my happiness as well. I want you to make me happy as well. So it's 50-50. But there's still selfishness in it. Then there's A class of Madhurya, which is called Samartha Rati. That is when you have no selfish desire of your own. The only thing you concern yourself with is that your beloved must be happy at any cost. At any cost. The Gopi, the Samartha Rati Gopi is thinking, if my beloved Shyam Sundar does not ever want to see me and his happiness lies in that, then I'm very happy with that. If he never wants to come back to me, because he left for Mathura, then he went off to Dwarika, and they met him only once. Only once in their entire life after that. He left them at the age of 11 and a half, went off to Mathura. And then he never really came back to them, and they met him only once after that. So if he does not wish to see me, and that his happiness lies in not ever seeing me, then I'm fine with that. I want only his happiness. You see, Mathura was not far from where the gopis lived. They could have walked over there. They used to walk so much, selling the buttermilk and milk and so on. But they did not go there because they thought, what if we show up there in Mathura and our beloved is not happy seeing us, then we would have made him unhappy. So we will not go. And they waited for him to send a message. Now come to me and I'm sending you this message, and the message says, I want you to come to me. We would go there. But he didn't call for us, and we would not go there because it might make him unhappy. That's why. So the gopis did not go. His happiness means everything. Tat sukha sukhitvam, narad bhakti darshan. Samartha rati. That's the highest love. So these last two lines are really very particular. They fit Sri Maharaj Ji. The other ones are more general about a guru. But not every guru gives gopi prem. So I want you to understand that. Not every guru will teach you how to love Shri Krishna, how to have the highest love for Shri Krishna. But only someone, a saint, who has that love, only he can distribute it, right? And so Sri Maharaj Ji is at that class of love. So he can distribute, he has distributed gopi prem to the world. He has taught the world how to love Shri Krishna unselfishly, selflessly, without any hidden agenda, just keeping his happiness in mind. And Radha Krishna Prema Bharanam, he fills the heart of the devotee with love for Sri Radha and Krishna. By bowing to his lotus feet, the heart becomes filled with love for Sri Radha Krishna. I bow to those lotus feet again and again. By bowing to the feet, not just the act of bowing to his lotus feet, but that bowing to his feet, doing pranam to the lotus feet of the Guru means, I'm giving you my mind. I'm surrendering myself to you. I'm surrendering my mind to you. So I will now do whatever you want me to do. I will follow your instruction. I will not follow my mischievous mind, which has put me in trouble countless times, but I will listen to you. If you say it's nighttime and it's really daytime, I will say, I'll agree, yes, it's nighttime. If it's nighttime and you say it's daytime, yes, it's daytime. I will surrender to you completely. In the world, it's very, very, I should say, for a worldly person, to surrender to a worldly person is extremely dangerous. If we were to have this kind of surrender for a worldly person who is controlled by Maya, it's a bad idea. Many people have done that. Many have put their faith in someone who said, I'm the messenger of God, I'm the Messiah, I'm this, I'm that. And then what he ended up doing was to just give poison to the devotees, to his followers, and the whole world went into shock. What happened? These people, they put their faith in someone who killed them, who just killed them. He destroyed them, destroyed their lives. So much havoc, so much confusion, so much damage, so many tears, so much grief. But a real guru, genuine guru, when we bow to his lotus feet, not just physically but mentally, then what he gives is God. And anything beneath, anything below that, below God realization, what we want is peace of mind. We want our anger to subside. We want peace. We want everything good to happen within. Even that, all that he gives if we follow the instruction. If we do sadhana, if we practice devotion in the way he says. The self-surrender, it proves to be very difficult, especially for someone who is accustomed to doing some things. I'm accustomed to practicing devotion in this way. Now my Jagatguru Maharaj has come up. He's come into my life, and I love the teachings. But I'm used to doing this. I'll do this, and I'll do what he says. You'll receive the benefit, but not full benefit. If you have the courage, if you have the good sense to put it all away, what I've learned so far, it's gotten to me to this point. Now I shall listen to him. I will follow the teachings. Then, following them completely will give you the ultimate benefit. There's no doubt in that. a devotee wrote to Sri Maharaji many, many years ago and said, Maharaji, I'm accustomed to saying Ram, Ram, and then I'm listening to you and you say Radhe, Radhe. I'm not accustomed to saying Radhe, Radhe. A letter was written. In those days, letters were written. No email, no phone calls. The phone was there, but in a small village like Mangar, phone system came later on. And so Shri Maharaji wrote back. Maharaji said, when you took birth, did you take birth saying Ram Ram? And the letter came from the devotee, no Maharaji, I learned to say Ram Ram. Maharaji wrote back, you can learn to say Radhe Radhe also. You can learn to say Radhe Radhe. There's a reason why I'm telling you to say Radhe Radhe. There's a reason. Maharaji said, he often said, there is a reason behind every word that I put in a kirtan. It's not superfluous. It's not just, well, I'll put this word. There's a reason. Once Sri Maharaji explained why he had used the word, the name, Kunj Bihari for Sri Krishna. And he gave a whole lecture on it. That this is why I chose this name for Krishna here in this context. And everybody's amazed. I was amazed. Wow, there's so much thinking behind it. So when he says Radhe Radhe, it's not like don't say that Krishna Krishna is bad. Some people when they hear Radhe Radhe, they find it so strange. They go, Krishna Krishna. They become defiant. What is that all about? Are you thinking there's a difference between Radha and Krishna? And so many people say Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna. They think that I don't like Krishna that much. That, somebody saying Radhe Radhe doesn't like Krishna. That's naive. You have to know the teachings much more to realize, oh, that's why you say Radhe Radhe. Even Lord Krishna says Radhe Radhe. Radha and Krishna are one and the same. So why not say Krishna Krishna? Because hardly anyone knows the significance of Radha in the world. And Radha is the one who gives the power of grace to Krishna. That's why he becomes merciful. That aspect of Krishna known as Radha is even more important. There's so much more to say, but Sri Maharaji is the one saint who has brought out the significance of who Radha is. So if he says Radhe Radhe, go ahead, don't say Krishna Krishna. Not that it's wrong to say it, but understand that Radha and Krishna are one and the same. In Vrindavan, when you go there, everybody loves Krishna. But what does everybody say? They say Radhe Radhe. It's written on the trees. They have white writing on the trees says Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Everybody says Radhe Radhe, and Radhe Radhe means a lot. It means if you're in the marketplace, somebody says Radhe Radhe, they want to get your attention, or they want you to get out of their way, or they're alerting you, Radhe Radhe. What? Oh, okay. There's a cow coming my way, and that cow looks a little angry. Okay, get out of the way. Or, or a rickshaw wala, he says, Radhe Radhe, out of my way. It's a very narrow lane. Move. So Radhe Radhe means a lot, but everybody says Radhe Radhe. And they love Radha and Krishna. They understand instinctively that Radha and Krishna are not two, they're just one. So every little word spoken by Sri Maharaji has a deep meaning. Now, he's not going to explain everything that I use this word over here for this reason. No, but we must understand. We must have that trust. We must have that faith that he says this and there's a reason behind it, and that's good for me. Because the philosophy is not for his sake. He knows it all. He's given it to us so that we may know it. So Radha Krishna Prema Bharanam, by surrendering to his lotus feet, by giving my mind to the lotus feet, by giving my mind to my Gurudev and touching his lotus feet with so much faith and reverence, I am blessed with love for Sri Radha Krishna. If you follow the teachings of Jagatguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, your heart will be filled with love for Radha and Krishna. That heart, love filled with, the heart filled with love will produce tears in the eyes. So maybe you've never cried for God, but you will start crying. And that's not tears of sadness. These are tears, they have such wonderful feelings. Those tears will bring about such wonderful feelings. Sometimes you'll cry because you'll miss Radha and Krishna. You'll miss seeing him. You'll miss seeing Shri Krishna. You'll miss being with him. You'll miss the fact that you can't hear his flute. Why can't I hear your flute? And you'll cry out of desperation. Sometimes you'll cry out of love, sometimes you'll cry because you will be doing Roop Dhyan that he's right in front of you. Sometimes you'll be crying of tears of separation that my beloved is not in front of me. And sometimes when you're not able to cry, you'll cry because you're not able to cry. But tears will come. They're tears of love or tears of regret, tears of repentance, tears of union, tears of separation. All those tears are supremely beneficial for us. Before I listened to Sri Maharajji's teachings, before I came into satsang many, many years ago, I had started going somewhere where I learned, I instinctively fell in love with Sri Krishna. And then I was going along. But when I heard about Sri Maharajji, I didn't hear about him as such. I heard about the lectures that one of his representatives was giving. Then when I listened to the lecture, from the very first lecture, I was so deeply impacted. And then as I went more and more and I started doing satsang, what I realized was this, and I'd like to share it with you, that I had a respectful attitude towards God. I respect God, and fear of God was there, no doubt, fear was there. And love was now sprouting. But what Sri Maharajji did was to use that satsang, previous satsang, as a stepping stone, and for which I'll always be grateful, eternally grateful. But then there was more. I wanted to know more. I felt there's something more more. I need to know more. My heart is not satisfied. So I cried out to Sri Krishna, I need a guru. I need someone to tell me, to take me further. And I desperately cried for him. I desperately asked him, I need a guru. And my guru came to me then. I didn't realize that that's my guru. I didn't know who Jagatguru Maharaj was. Nothing of the sort. But the teachings pulled me in. I could say to Sri Maharajji, you had me from lecture 1. You know, he got my attention from the first lecture. And then I listened to the songs, and then they were so beautiful. And what I experienced then was that I had a respectful attitude towards God, and I had fear of God. If I wanted something done, I would recite the Gayatri Mantra 3 times, and hoping that my desire would come true. And my desires were small, like, you know, the bus I'm taking to go to school or to the subway station in Toronto. That I'm not late. The bus is not delayed, or I'm not late for it, and then I get to school on time, that sort of thing. Small things, but yes, 3 times Gayatri Mantra, and that's it. And then I was starting to love Sri Krishna, but it was still not enough. Along came Maharajji's teachings, and it was like he had Sri Krishna stand right in front of me and hugging me. It was that much of a difference. Sri Krishna's, I don't mean that I saw Sri Krishna. Don't anybody think, Didi ji just declared that she's God realized. Somebody has said that in the past too. I had to set the record straight. What I mean is that I felt so close now that, he's literally just in front of me and he's embracing me. I know many of you have felt that. So there's a huge difference, huge difference. Sri Maharajji, his teachings are for you if you are feeling that you've come to this world time and time again and it's enough, I'm exhausted. If you're thinking that, I'm exhausted, I don't want to come back, and I want to go home. More than that, I just want to go home. I want to be with him. I want to be with my beloved. And if you're all right with loving him, not just doing rituals, and if you're doing rituals, I want to do them with love. And if rituals don't satisfy you, hollow rituals don't satisfy you, and you want to know what is it all about, what do the scriptures really say, and how do I love God, how do I control my mind, well then listen to his teachings, not just once, but again and again, and you get the answers to all your questions. I know because I got the answers, I'm still getting answers, I'm still reading, I'm still listening, and we need to do that until we become God realized. So on the 14th of this month, next Tuesday, Makar Sankranti day, please be here to celebrate the greatness of Jagatguru Maharaj. Jagatguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, the 5th original Jagatguru, and the 500 scholars who, after hearing his divine discourses, were stunned and then did not feel that they could challenge him to a debate. There was no one who stood up to challenge him to a debate, who accepted him as a divine being who has come to earth to uplift everyone. And they humbly requested him to give lectures all over the country, all over India. They bestowed this most honorific title on Sri Maharaj Ji, and it's interesting, very important to know that they didn't give him the title of just Jagatguru. They said 4 Jagatgurus have come before you in history: Adi Jagatguru Shankaracharya, Jagatguru Nimbarkacharya, Jagatguru Madhvacharya, and Ramanujacharya, and Jagatguru Madhvacharya. They were Jagatgurus. But you are Jagatguruttam. You are best of all Jagatgurus who have come so far. That's not a small thing, I would like to point out to you. That's a huge thing. Huge. Huge. That of all the Jagatgurus, Adi Shankaracharya was Shankar Bhagwan himself. Jagatguru Ramanujacharya was Ram Anuj, Ram ke chote bhai, Lakshman, Sheshnag, avatar of Sheshnag. That caliber of personality. And Maharaji is known as Jagatguruttam, the best of all Jagatgurus who have come. So I leave it to you to decide who Jagatguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj must be. But to know him, if you wish to know who he is, who he was, you must listen to his teachings, and they speak volumes for him. They speak volumes for his greatness, his bhajans. Get to know them, sing them. We sing them over here all the time, especially on Sundays and other days as well. And get to know them and relish them, listen to them, feel them. And that's how we get closer and closer to Shri Krishna. That's how one day we become Samartha Rati Madhure Bhav devotees, guided by a Rasik Sant. Boliye Jagatguruttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj ki Jai. The kids did not say Jai very loudly. Jagatguruttam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu ki Jai.